Anyway, guys, how are we all? I hope everybody is having a fantastic day. So this webinar, I'll try and look at the camera. This webinar is designed to show you how an 8-year-old is making money. He's made $300 last month while he was still at school. He doesn't have to get out of bed for that. In fact, he goes to school. He's still learning his education or learning his craft, as an 8-year-old should. But of course, he's made money. So if that's of interest to you, then obviously today is going to be of interest to you as well. So a little bit of background for you. My name is Andrew Hawkes. I'm a father of 3 beautiful children. My eldest is 18. She's now living in London doing the big OE. So she's kind of excited about that. And of course, my boys are still at school, 8 and 9. And one of them made about $300 last month and the other one about $200. So what I'm thinking is that pays for all, and that will continue to come each and every month. And that pays for their extracurricular activities like Cubs or swimming or any martial arts that they might want to do, any subscriptions that they have, or that we have to pay for them. So they're earning money that can pay for their own keep. So they won't be able to come back to us. We won't be able to come to them and say, look, we paid for you all these years, because realistically, they're paying for themselves. So I'm a leader manager with the opportunity that I'm about to share with you. I'm also a private investor and a co-owner of a certain technology that we're going to have a look at. But more importantly, I've been investing since I was 20 years of age. Now, that doesn't mean to say I always got it right, because I didn't. I got it wrong in a very big way, and I lost a lot of money and a lot of years, to be honest, trying to convalesce, if you like, and make it right in my head as to what happened. And when I finally started taking responsibility for what happened, then all of a sudden things started changing for me. But it wasn't, things really started changing when I finally plugged into some really decent financial education. So just want a little bit, that's a little bit about me, but who are we? Well, SWIG is a financial education and investment portal that offers you the freedom to learn while you earn, while creating your exit strategy from the rat race. And what I find when I speak to a lot of people is that most people don't actually have an exit strategy for the rat race. Okay, they're stuck in their 9-to-5 grind, and they're just going to keep doing that over and over again and kind of expect a different result, which really doesn't help anyone. So that's who the company is. Now we should probably meet the main players. So this gentleman here is Andre Havrato. He is the CEO and founder of Skyway Invest Group, but he's also the founder of the Academy of Private Investor, which was an education portal long before Skyway Invest Group came to be. He's had over 100,000 people through his program, 100,000 graduates of people that now have a much better financial understanding and literacy, so they can actually move forward with power and make their money work for them. So one of the things that's clearly left out of our education in our traditional sense is what to do with our money, on how to grow it, and how to make sure that we've got money continually coming into our being. And Andre wanted to set that straight. So, about 20 odd years ago, he is a multidisciplinary investor. Means he invests in multiple different market segments across 20 different market segments. He's a multi-millionaire, self-made multi-millionaire. And of course, he has that program, as I've said. He is the master of dream realization, but he realized early on in his career, and he's been in network marketing and multi-level marketing as well. He realized very early on in his career that the people that really excelled and the people that really lived the life they wanted to live were those who were investing and having their money work for them. So in 2014, he started the company called Skyway Invest Group, which of course, SWIG, which is the company we're all talking about today. So just a little bit of background on that company. It's been operating almost 5 years, since 2014. It's got a 20-year agreement for future startups. It's raised over 150 million in capital in 4 years with the method that we're going to talk a little bit about today. As I said, he's got over 20 years experiential knowledge in our education. What I mean by experiential is he's been in the game. He's been there. He's made his money. He's lost his money. He's made his money. He's lost his money. And of course, now he's made his money and kept it, because he's learnt those lessons and he's brought those lessons forward to us for us to be able to use, and putting them into great context so that we're actually able to benefit from it. As I've already mentioned, there's over 100,000 graduates from the Academy of Private Investors so far. And SWIG has been profitable since day one and has been building a fund with those profits. In fact, those profits started at $26,000. And today it's worth over $12 million, that fund that we're talking about there. So we'll talk a little bit more about that towards the end as well. So something that Andre has always been big on, he's, as I said, he's a self-made millionaire. He wants to share that round because he knows that by himself, he can't necessarily make a big difference, but together we can start to make a massive difference. So we can start to share abundance with other people. We can start to share that financial freedom. We can talk about prosperity, which perhaps is something that has been lacking in our life up until now. Talk about sustainability, because obviously we want to create income streams that are going to be sustainable for us, because there's nothing worse than getting to the end of the month and realizing, hey, look, we're into the money, and realizing there's no month left. So we want to have more sustainable incomes happening for ourselves there. Obviously, development. Now, that's not just personal development. Well, it is. It's development in yourself and your education, but also future developments for startups and things like that, which we can look at. And of course, continued education, which is incredibly important, which all comes around community. Now, all of these things together build up the very core of the new economic evolution of the world, which is something very, very cool that is coming, which we're talking a little bit about today. So there are two ways to finance the economy. One, we can ask for money from the banking cartels, and we'll always be in debt when we do that. The second way is to get financial support through crowdfunding or through crowd investing, to give people the opportunity to become partners and get the most benefits. So what do we mean by that? Well, we mean that when you get involved in a venture, then you can get a monetary return from it in the form of dividends. Perhaps you get involved at a stage where you get given equity in a project like we are with this, and you'll be able to sell that in a future date for a predetermined value. Of course, with our with SWIG, we already mentioned we get that wealth creation education. It's the way in which we build. Okay, now it shows us how to get our money to work for us, which is one of the most important things. Most of us go out and work for money, and we don't actually get our money working for us on a regular basis. Yet if we did that, we'd be a lot freer. We learn the 8 rules of the private investor, which shows us what to look for in a good investment, what to avoid. It shows us what is a good investment, what's a bad investment, what's low risk, what's high risk. It talks about terminology like liquidity and yield, and how they all fit together. And it talks about the basics of capitalization and how we actually get that to work for us. We can learn to mitigate risk in any venture, which is incredibly important, because most people will tell you, I don't want to do something because it's too risky, because we've been conditioned by fear, by our media, to not take that risk. So what we want to do is we want to show people how they can mitigate their risk, because when there's zero risk in an opportunity, more and more people are going to take advantage of it. So we're very, very big on mitigating that risk and showing people how to do it. Which brings me to the last point here, ongoing mentoring and support. Obviously, it's easy for somebody to stand there and say, hey, this is what you should do. But if you've never done it before for yourself, then it becomes a little bit harder. So with ongoing mentoring and support, you literally got someone there holding your hand and taking you through that process to make it that much easier for everyone and for yourself, and to get that money working for you, which is, as I say, incredibly important. Now, education does bring us into this right here. Our basic education that we receive from our schooling basically brings us in as an employee, right? It teaches us to be a very, very good employee, and we have a job in that respect. So some of us become really good technicians. I mean, I'm a mechanic by trade. I probably never would have gone out and opened my own business as a mechanic, but I probably could have, right? And I could have become self-employed. But what that means in that aspect is that I actually own a job. I'm still trading time for money. I'm still having to be in there. It doesn't work without me, so to speak. Whereas if I then go into the right side of the quadrants there, the B side, the business owner, anything with an organization of 500 people or more is considered big business. Now, that could be a multi-level business. It could be a traditional bricks and mortar business. So long as it's got 500 people or more, it's considered big business. Now, they would have systems in place. So you're leveraging off a system, okay? Buckminster Fuller said, I'd rather have 1% of the effort of 100 people than 100% of the effort of one person. So now we're starting to leverage off systems to be able to get things working for us. Again, now we can put these things into our money systems working for us, and brings us to quadrant, which is the I, getting our money to work for us. Now, if you know who Warren Buffett is, of course, he's one of the most wealthiest people in the world. He has said this about investing. If you can't work out how to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. So, of course, no one wants to work until they die. Well, I assume that no one wants to work until they die. So we want to get our money working for us, which is exactly where our education can help with that, which I think is incredibly important. So I've kind of said about this new economic evolution of the world, which is a place where we can get our money working for us, and we also get a share of everything that happens. We've already seen a real world process of this. So the sector of the real world economy has already come. So we've used the crowd here. Dr. Yanitsky, who was our first patron, if you like, we're first funding that's the first project that we're funding. He went out to the crowd and said, hey, here's an opportunity for you guys all to be co-owners in this great technology. The crowd went, hey, that's a great idea. And that's the opportunity is still ahead of us right now. We purchased EIPs and helped fund that. EIP standing for Education Information Product. So we're getting the education that we need. Now, Dr. Yanitsky for that has, through Andre, our investor, has given us equity in this technology. So when people start using this technology, which is probably going to happen in the next 18 months, we'll start getting paid for that, which is kind of exciting as well. So there are 3 easy ways to get started with this opportunity. There's more than this, but this is just for basics to break it down. It's really, really simple. The first way, for as little as $200, you can get into this opportunity. And what that gets you is a $100 standard EIP, which comes anywhere between 1,000 and 2,700 pre-IPO private equity shares. So what does that mean? Well, that is a bonus for you for participating in the education. And what it means is when that particular company goes to market, they should launch at anywhere. Well, Dr. Yanitsky has said he won't go to the stock market unless he can guarantee $1 per share. So what that basically means is for all of those, there's a dollar value attached to that. It also gets you $100 in the crypto unit program. So that's a VIP club right now. For $100, you get anywhere between 5,000 and 10,000 crypto units. Now, that is also going to go to the market later this year. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about that in a second. $600, this is probably your middle level pack, if you like. It gets you $100 standard EIP, again, the same as what I've just mentioned, but up to a $500 crypto unit EIP, which is anywhere between 5,000 and 100,000 crypto unit tokens, which of course is also going to have a value. And we'll talk about that soon. The top pack that we would go for there, $3,120. This is just for simplification. There are different variants, but this is just for simplification for everyone. $3,120. That'll get you a $620 standard EIP, anywhere from 10,000 to 21,000 pipes, and up to $2,500 worth of crypto unit EIPs, which is anywhere between 5,000 and 750 crypto unit tokens. And again, we'll explain that a little bit more. Okay, so it also gets you ownership. That gets you ownership in this technology here that we're talking about, and ownership in this crypto unit program. So let's just have a quick look at the crypto unit program here. So that entry fee that we've spoken about, the $100 to $620, is essentially your early bird VIP entry. So it's a VIP club. Right now, no one can purchase tokens, but you can purchase EIPs that get you entry to that club. It is only SWIG members that have access to that early bird offer, if you like. It's fully transparent. So what that means is it will be a security token offer. So it says that, it will become a security in the future, and it will. Come October, it will be fully regulated and fully transparent. It'll be available on through stock exchanges and through wholesale brokers, which is currently not available. It's only a VIP club access, and you can only do that through SWIG. As I've mentioned a little bit about the fund, it is asset backed. So this crypto unit, as opposed to any other crypto unit or most other crypto units or crypto tokens, coins, whatever you want to call them on the marketplace, this one is actually backed by an asset. So let me give you an example. Bitcoin is backed by an idea. We agree that it's worth this value. Now, this particular crypto unit will be backed by a fund that, as I've mentioned, grew from $26,000 to over $12 million today. Now, there's nothing suggesting that that will continue that trend in the future. We don't know. We don't have a crystal ball, but that's what it has done over the last 4 years, which means it's about 26% growth a day. That's not compounding. It's just, if you average it out, 26% that it's done. So it is actually backed by an asset. So there is something very real and tangible behind this token, which makes it incredibly valuable. And when it gets released to the crypto market, you can guarantee that the crypto enthusiasts will like it, because they're going to get value from it for holding it rather than having to sell it to get their value. So it is a growing portfolio. As I've said, it's grown from 26,000 to over 12 million. It's got over 20 market segments. So that's 20 different places that we're in the market. It includes advanced technology. It includes skincare and aging. It includes land. It includes real estate. It includes shares in banks. I believe there's Chesapeake Energy's in there as well, and I think there's even Berkshire Hathaway. So it's got worldwide potential. There is no limitation on where you can market this for yourself as a business. Okay, with that, we'll come back to that. So there's untapped market potential worldwide. There's a finite supply of these tokens. So what that means is that once that tokens run out, all of a sudden the value of those will start to creep higher. So that's incredibly important too. And there's ongoing loyalty dividends and payments. So what that means is that monthly you'll receive loyalty payments right up until 2021, and then it'll merge into dividend payments, but you will receive those every month. Now, this is where my son made over $300 last month without even going to school, because he has a portion of these tokens. Now, this is an 8-year-old. Yes, he's reasonably smart, but he hasn't gone out and built a business for himself. We obviously did that for him, but this is what I'm highlighting, is anyone can do this. You don't have to go out and build a business to receive this loyalty payment each and every month simply for being a brand ambassador. And obviously the person who invited you to this call can explain that a little bit better for you as well. So again, there's 3 easy ways to get started. This will make much more sense now. $200 will get you $100 standard EIP, again, between 1,000 and 2,500 or 2,700 pipes. When they go to market, they should be worth $1 each. That's what Dr. Yanitsky has said. And then, of course, $100 for the crypto unit EIP. Now, 5,000 to 10,000 crypto units. On a webinar, recent webinar held with one of our partners, Mila Sergikova, and of course our CEO, Andre Havrato, he mentioned on there that they intend to launch this when they go to the crypto markets, or when they actually go to the exchanges, at 30 cents. So you can see the value of that is quite phenomenal. $600, obviously, again, $100 standard EIP, up to $500 crypto unit EIP. Now, I say up to 500 because this here, it can cost you up to $600. Now, you don't have to spend that. It could be anywhere 100, 250, 350, or 500. That will get you in there, but you still have to pay that entry fee to the VIP club, which is that first standard EIP. And of course, the big one there, 3,120, of course, you can go much higher than that as well. This actually gives you the opportunity to go right up to $8,000 crypto unit package, which obviously comes with a higher portion of crypto unit tokens. So this is something that is available for everybody. There's definitely no barrier to entry here. You can assist people if you need to, but of course, the other side of it, just the transport side of it, people can get involved from as little as $5. So what's next, ladies and gentlemen? Register for your free account. It's very, very simple. Choose the right package for you. As you can see, there is a number of different packages. I've really tried to make it basic for you. There's only 3 there that I've mentioned, but there's a combination of those. You can do all sorts, but that's the 3 basic things that you should be looking at. Learn about the products and services. Obviously, the more you know about this product, about this service, the easier it is for you to be able to share it with other people or understand it yourself when people ask you about it. Maybe you have no intention of sharing it. That's okay. But the more you know about it, the better you understand it, the more comfortable you will be in the fact, in the decision that you made and getting the education and getting your equity as well. Invite others to online or offline presentations. These online presentations are pretty regular. And of course, there's regular offline presentations happening in most regions these days as well, which is obviously exciting too. And then, of course, the big one there is to receive referral commissions. If you want to share this with people, you can literally create a business out of it. Yes, my son, he hasn't necessarily done it himself, but we've certainly invited people for him and he's made income from it as well, not just the passive stuff that we spoke about of $300. So nice and simple, ladies and gentlemen. Tried to keep this light and very simple for everyone to get down. Love your feedback on it. In places that we can improve, then please let us know. Just want to leave you with this. Dreams don't work unless you take action. The surest way to make your dreams come true is to live them. Now, that was by Roy T. Bennett. Now, I want to share something with you on that. You know, I consider myself a reasonably dumb mechanic. And what I mean by that, I was never a very good mechanic. I'm a mechanic by trade. I knew that I didn't want to work with my hands all my life. So I started a little bit more. Now, I really started living the dream, right? Living the way I wanted to live my life, that things started to change. And still, I saw myself in that place. So guys, without action, your dreams are fruitless. So let's take action on them. Get back in touch with the person who invited you to this webinar this afternoon. Find out how you can register for free. They'll send you a link. And of course, find out as much as you can about the crypto unit program, and of course the technology that we're all co-owners in. The beauty of this program is that every time there is a new opportunity presented, you will receive a new income stream into your business. Anyway, have a chat with the person who invited you here this evening, this afternoon. Look forward to your feedback and have an amazing day. Actually, we've got a question just come through here. So what's that? Let me have a look. Fantastic presentation. Yep, perfect. Thank you, Lynn. Appreciate that. All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done for the day. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here. I'm going to stop sharing that so I can, where am I? I need to escape out of that so I can see. Back here. Hey, how you doing? And I'll end this meeting. So have an amazing afternoon, evening, and I look forward to seeing you somewhere around the traps at one of our presentations or in our business. Have a great day. Take care.